You love her, you hate her, it's Pirate.
What? Oh no. Oh my god! Okay, it's happening.
Okay, before y'all start going crazy, let me explain it first. Jeez. Of course, Pirate is one hero in For Honor that still gets hated for how she plays and for really just existing sometimes, man. Now, if you have been having trouble with Pirate, then this guide is really for you. Today, we're going to break down Pirate from her basic attacks, and I'll also go over combos and ways to pressure your opponent in situations with Pirate. Let's get straight into it. Alright, we're going to take a look at Pirate's basic moveset. So starting off, Pirate has a 2-hit chain attack within her kit. So of course, if I go for light, that's a 2-hit chain. If I go for heavy into heavy, that's a 2-hit chain, or light into heavy. Now on her second chain attack heavy, she has hyper armor, which hyper armor is good for not getting interrupted by your opponent's attacks. You definitely want to use that hyper armor to your advantage sometimes. Now Pirate does have a special move, and that is Pistol Blast. Now she can do this with her heavies only, so after any heavy attack, you can press X and you can go for the Pistol Blast, which does 5 extra damage. So that's like 25 damage. Go for heavy, which is 20, and 5 extra damage with the Pistol Blast. All you gotta do is just press X right after you press heavy. And the Pistol Blast itself can follow up with either a heavy or a light after you get it off. So you can go with the light, or you can go with a heavy to continue doing it if you want to. It really depends on the situation. Alright, next, Pirate has a move called Walk the Plank.
It's time for you to walk the plank.
Not that kind of walk the plank. Pirate has another move called Walk the Plank. You mainly hold back on the left stick, hold down right trigger, and you'll basically get Walk the Plank, which does around 24 damage for heavy right here. And it is unblockable too. You can mainly do Walk the Plank after any attack. So after any light attack, you can go for Walk the Plank, or after any heavy attack, you can go for Walk the Plank. And it's not just those. You can also do Walk the Plank after a side dodge attack, after a front forward heavy attack, or after the zone. Pretty much after any attack within Pirate's kit, you can do Walk the Plank. Now, if you are near a wall, you can wall splat your opponent by just letting the animation play out. So if I go like this, and you're near a wall, you do connect it, you let it play out, you can get yourself a wall splat, which should guarantee you a heavy. So I'm gonna do it one more time, kicking them to the wall, and then you get yourself a heavy, which is 20 damage. And also, you can soft feint Walk the Plank to get a guard break as well. You just gotta press X mid animation, and you get the soft feint guard break, and that's how you do it. Now, you may be wondering, what else can you do with Pirate? You can cancel her recovery after you connect Walk the Plank and go for the Pistol Blast. So if I go here, connect it, and I can go for a Pistol Blast if I want to, or I can cancel it right after and go for like a side dodge if I want to, just dodge out the way. Or I can just go for my side dodge heavy. Like, it's a recovery. You can cancel those recoveries and use them to your advantage. Or heck, you can even go for the front forward dodge heavy as a recovery as well. Now, speaking of the side dodge attacks, Pirate has side dodge heavies that deal 10 damage on both right and left. And of course, they are great for punishing whiffed attacks, bashes, or punishing people who dodge first, in my opinion. Now, of course, Pirate does have a front forward dodge heavy, which is unblockable too. And of course, you can feint this to just throw your opponent off if you want to. I mean, you can even do the annoying orange, is what I like to call. But I really wouldn't recommend spamming it as much sometimes. But if you want to be funny in Dominion, this is what you would do. But it really just does around 12 damage and costs 12 stamina. So it's not that bad. It is an unblockable, and it does have hyper armor. Now, for Pirate Zone, I'm not going to touch on it too much, but the zone itself is a 15 damage right heavy. That's pretty much what the zone is. Not a bad zone, really cool zone. The only thing it's good for, in my opinion, is only good for just crowd control, and just finishing your opponent off if they're very low. Now, the one thing I would say with Pirate, it's all about interrupting your opponent and just putting pressure to your opponent, mainly just applying more pressure. What I mean by that is just being a bit aggressive with your play style, because most Pirates, they will tend to be aggressive and just use those side dodge attacks. Heck, even if they connect Walk the Plank, they'll use those recoveries to their advantage to be aggressive. You want to do that and just make your opponent guess on what you're going to do next. Next, let's move on to the bread and butter for Pirate, and that there is going to be combos. Now, these combos are pretty much going to be like basic beginner like combos for anyone that's trying to get into Pirate, so bear with me here. All right, so for this first combo, light, heavy, Pistol Blast into either light or heavy.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now for this next one is mainly a side dodge whiff combo. So if they whiff their attack, go for a side dodge, pistol, heavy, feint, Walk the Plank into a heavy. That's another good combo right there. All right, so this one is going to pretty much be a wall punish. So go for heavy, pistol, Walk the Plank, get them on the wall, go for a heavy. Now if you want to, you can go for the pistol right after, but I'd rather just go for the heavy. It's fine. All right. Next, we're going to move on to something that I really don't do on the channel as much, but I'm going to start doing it a bit, and that's going over punishes. Now, these punishes are mainly basic punishes. They're not advanced punishes or anything, they're just basic ones. So here we go. Alright, so for this first one, it's a light parry punish. After a light parry, you mainly throw a heavy. That's simple, easy like that. For the heavy parry punish, is mainly a light. Mainly a light. You just throw a light after a heavy parry. Now for the guard break punish, it's mainly Now for guard break, it's mainly heavy pistol blast and then moving on to your chain or whatnot, dude. Now for a wall throw punish, throw them to the wall, go for heavy into pistol blast. Now for out of stamina parry punish, you mainly go for zone into heavy pistol blast. Now for the out of stamina throw, you mainly go for the same side heavy into pistol blast. That was pretty much it. Now these are pretty much basic max punishes that you can do with pirate, but there are more advanced ones, but these are just the basics. So moving on, we're going to look at pirates feats. Now feats that I'm taking for pirates are pretty much going to be the tier 1 feats. So of course, if you want the information hub for honor to look at all the other feats for pirate, I will leave the for honor information hub down below for you guys in the description. But let's get straight into it. First one, of course, is an armor piercing slug. This here is fired a bullet that deals damage and lowers defenses. Personally, I would recommend taking this one. This is the one that I really enjoy using, even with pirate. If you use the feats alongside like her moveset, so say like you go for the side dodge heavies and you land the side dodge heavy, you can go for the armor piercing slug and you can connect it. Like, I've been able to kill a lot of people just by using the armor piercing slug. It's very funny, but also good. The second one is pocket bomb. This one launches a bomb. It just deals damage really. So that's pretty much what it is. It deals a little bit of damage for a pocket bomb. For the third one is trick shot. You fire a bullet that ricochets between enemies, dealing damage and applying bleed. I like this one because of course it ricochets between enemies and it does apply bleed. So after I like land an attack, I can go for trick shot. If there's any person within my vicinity, like 3 or 2 people, I'm gonna be able to ricochet off the first person and it'll hit the second person and it'll apply bleed. So that's pretty cool. And for the final one, I'm taking gunpowder surprise. Of course, gunpowder surprise, you launch a bomb that deals damage and it does knock enemies back down on the ground. This one here is really just mainly good for just knocking them on the ground and then getting some damage. And that's pretty much it. Like, it's nothing too crazy, but it is funny too. But yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna be taking the tier 1 feats. Of course, there are more of them. You can take tireless to lose stamina at a slower rate. That's not a bad one, because with pirate's entire kit, it is stamina heavy, so you definitely could take tireless. In place for armor piercing slug is up to you though. There's tough as nails, raises the max health, is up to you honestly on whatever feat you want to take. Alrighty guys, this is going to be an overview of Pirate's gear perks. So here we go. For the first one, she has shields up. When revived, receive a temporary plus 25 health shield. For the second one, she has Aegis. All shields received are increased by 20%. For the third one is Devour. Upon execution, heal an additional plus 10 health. For the fourth one is Endurance. When regaining a renown level, receive 3% stamina cost reduction. And for the fourth one, she has Survival Instinct. When in critical health, gain 25% stamina cost reduction. For the sixth one, it is Headhunter. For the sixth one is Headhunter. For each unique player / bot hero executed, increases the max health. And for the final one, it is Fresh Focus. When out of stamina, counter guard breaks, blocks, and parries, regenerate 20% stamina.
Get your companions safe. You lost Zone A. You lost Zone C.
capture Zone A.
Pirate in duels, in my opinion, Pirate is actually good to use sometimes in duels. Mainly you want to play with her a bit aggressively and also be smart about your aggressive approach. And of course, you have to be annoying sometimes whenever you're playing with her. You have to use those soft feints. You also have to use walk the plank, and with her recoveries too, it will also help out big time. And you want to throw your opponent off guard and confuse them sometimes. And baiting and predicting your opponent's attacks are also good for Pirate in duels too. Now, Pirate in Dominion is also good for team fights, and is good for ganking as well. She can be very useful for interrupting opponents' attacks, becoming a pest, and so on. And her tier 1 feats is excellent for more damage. Now, not just her tier 1, but also her tier 3, good for just helping her if she's getting ganked. And honestly, she is a phenomenal DPS in her own right. And also her 4th feat is another good interrupting type of feat, as it does knock the enemy down on the ground, and you can get some damage from that as well. If you enjoyed this guide, if it helped, leave a like and comment. What do you think about Pirates in For Honor? Let me know in the comments down below. But I'm TheGamingRaptor. I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, peace out.